We're back again with the Sharp Smart TV, and if you remember in the last two videos I stated that I wanted to further test this TV with emulation. Now if you remember correctly, this TV did not handle PSP emulation all that well, so we're going to try to stay below that. So without any more of my babbling, let's get into emulation on this TV. Welcome back to another episode of We Test. And before we get to today's topic, I'd like to say don't forget to let me spend my money so you don't waste yours by hitting that subscribe button. And if you'd like to keep informed of new videos that I'm uploading on the We Deem channel, do click the bell. Now let's get into today's topic, and that is this Sharp Smart TV. Once again, we did a video before on gaming and emulation on here, but all we did in that video was test PSP, and as you've seen, this TV did not handle it that well. At the end of that video and the end of the last video that I uploaded with the controllers on the Nvidia Shield, I stated I wanted to further test this in emulation. Now, because PSP didn't work, I'm 100% sure that PS1's probably not going to work, and 64 is definitely not going to work on this TV. I mean, I guess it would be kind of cool to test that, and if you're interested in that, do leave that in the comments down below, and I will test those as well. But for now, we're going to stick to 16-bit and 8-bit games, such as your NES, your Super Nintendo, and your Genesis. And I know, guys, I said I wasn't going to babble anymore in the beginning of this video, and I'm babbling again. Let's get into the emulation. Alright, first step that you want to do is you want to get one of your emulators or all of them. Now you can go with a standalone emulator or do what I'm going to do, which is get RetroArch, which works across a bunch of different platforms. So you're going to want to go to the Play Store, up to search for RetroArch. And there you go, there's RetroArch. You're just going to go in there and you're going to download that. I already have it installed. Once it's installed, you're going to go down to RetroArch here. And this is the main menu. It looks pretty similar to your PSP and your PS3. The first thing you want to do when you get into this menu is at the RetroArch logo here, which is the first section of the menu, you want to go down to Online Updater. And you're going to want to update the database and update assets. I also updated the core info files, but you don't have to do that. Then you want to go to Core Updater, and in here are where the cores are, which are the emulators. And for this video, we're going to be doing NES, SNES, and Sega Genesis. So you want to go down to Nintendo here, and here's NES. I went ahead and downloaded Quick NES. Then we're going to go down to Super Nintendo, which for every platform I always use SNES 9X. And then you're going to go, I passed it right here. Then you're going to get the Sega Genesis emulator, which is the Genesis Plus GX. Now you can use whatever core that you want. There are quite a few cores in here. You also got the Neo Geo Pocket, but we're just going to do NES, SNES, and Genesis. Now after you do that, the second thing that you want to do is you want to go down, drawing a blank now. Oh yeah, you want to go in the settings and into input, and you want to go down to here. It says toggle game pad combo, and this is going to allow you to exit the menu. If you don't do this, you're going to get stuck in the menu and not be able to exit, so you definitely want to do that. I normally put start and select, so you'll press start and select at the same time. It'll exit back to the menu. After you do that, you want to make sure you go ahead back to this menu, go to configurations, go to save current configurations. This will save every change that you just made. Next step is you got to get the ROMs on here, and this menu right here won't be here at first, so you got to go into this import content, which is a plus bar here. You're going to go down to scan directory, And now I tried to do this off of a USB drive. For some odd reason, it won't work on the smart TV. RetroArch won't read the USB thing. I had the same problem with the PSP emulator, so I don't know what the deal is there. So I had to get a file explorer. If you need help doing that, please let me know in the comments down below. But you download a file explorer like ES, I think it's called ES File Explorer, ES Manager. And you go in there and you're going to copy the ROM files from the USB drive to the internal storage. Then you're going to go into the folder here that has it, and down here to RetroArch. And I created a folder called Games, and in Games is Retro. You open up Retro, and then you have all these separate folders here. You're going to click each folder, and down at the bottom there, after you hit Scan Directory, you will see it start to load your ROMs. After you're done doing that, this menu right here will pop up, and you'll see a preloaded emulator icon, or the console icon, which is kind of cool. I like the clean, simple design of this menu. And now you have your games. Let's start off with some NES, and we're going to start off with Mega Man 2. Alright, Mega Man 2, which is one of my favorite Mega Man in the first 6. And as you can see, the game's playing pretty good. Ah, Jesus. As you can see, I suck though. Ah, I died. Let's go ahead, exit, and as you can see, that brings you back to the main menu here. Let's go ahead, let's try one more on the NES. Let's try Super Mario Bros, of course. As you can see, it's working pretty well. It's pretty responsive. I don't notice any sound quality issues or any bad frame skipping. Actually, it's a pretty good experience. Ah, lovely. Let's try one more for the NES. I don't notice any horrible sound quality issues. I don't notice any really bad frame skipping. For the most part, it's a pretty good experience. Except I noticed some slowdown there when the things came down. Alright, next emulator is the SNES emulator. I do hear some sound quality issues. There is some crackling there. Yeah, there's definitely some sound quality issues. But like I said, that would be the emulator itself. It does appear to be very slowed down. It's playable though. As you can see, like I said, I know I'm repeating myself, the game's definitely slowed down, the sound's crackly. I don't know if it's just because of it being on this TV or it's the emulator itself. It's got some crackling too. I've never heard that crackling sound out of this TV, so it has to be the emulators themselves. But my question is it because it's running on this TV, or is it something on something else? Ah! No! No! Of course. Of course. I gotta watch myself because I'll get addicted to playing this. Ah! That there is a little bit of slowdown on the game. Yeah, there you go. You see how slow that got? As soon as you get a bunch of enemies on the screen, it definitely slows down. Game's not slowed down. He's still moving pretty fast, but the sound quality is horrendous on this one as well. You can hear the crackling. There you go, a lot of slowdown there. A lot of slowdown right there. That sounded good. That does not. Kind of sounds like the Flashback HD from AT Games. I really want to figure out whether this is the actual TV or is it the emulator itself. Now, I don't know, part of me thinks it's not the emulator, it's more the TV. So, it's playable, but it's not very enjoyable. I used to play a lot of this game back when I was a child. Enjoy the Streets of Rage series. Let's see if this emulator messes it up for me. Yeah, there's slowdown here too. Oh, there's a lot. I missed this game. I haven't played this game in years. Even though the sound quality issues there and the slowdown, I'm still continuously playing it. It is annoying and it's not a very good experience. But I still love Streets of Rage. Sunset Riders is a pretty good game as well if you never played it. I'm sure if you're into retro, you had to play this game. Funny enough, I don't ever remember playing this as a kid. I played it as an adult. And it's actually a fun game. There's definitely slowdown once again. And one shot, one kill. Really annoying. And I suck. Let's try that again. There is definitely slowdown. Once again, the game is playable, but it is also quite annoying. Alright, now we're on the Nvidia Shield and we're going to test out the same emulators on RetroArch. First, let's test the Super Nintendo. We're not going to go too in depth and make this go long. I just want to see a comparison and see if it's the emulators themselves or the actual TV. So let's try some Super Castlevania here. I'm using the Xbox One controller. If you want to find out how to pair that Xbox One controller to your Nvidia Shield, do check the video up at the top of the screen here or down in the description below, where I tested a bunch of Bluetooth controllers on the Nvidia Shield. So far it sounds better, so I'm thinking it was the TV. We'll have to see. Oh, why did I do that? I messed that up. If you're wondering what that says, it's Spirit. That is my name on Xbox Live. It's Soul Spirit on PlayStation 4. Yeah, so far it's running a lot better on this Nvidia Shield. So it definitely was not the emulator, it was the TV. I don't hear the sound stuttering like I did on the TV. Game seems to be running a little faster. The sound quality is definitely better. The smart TV fails again. Obviously, that's just the TV itself and the actual system it's running, but let's get to the next game. Let's not make this drag on. And of course, I forgot to set the buttons to exit to the menu. It's on the Nvidia Shield. So far, that sounds pretty good. And if you're wondering what type of headset I'm using for the mic to record my voice, which I had to do some research to find out because it doesn't work with the headset hooked in the controller, I'm using a Turtle Beach. It's a USB drive. It's a USB dongle one. And I'm going to have a video up of that soon, so you will be able to check that out. So don't forget to subscribe. Yep, so far, way better. It definitely was the hardware and the TV. Ah! See, the analog stick doesn't work. Right now, only the D-pad is working. That's not the case for other games that need the analog. But this is definitely working a whole lot better.
The game's not slowed. It's running pretty good. The sound quality is great. There's no static or stuttering. Once again, definitely the smart TV. And now that it's playing better, I'm going to get addicted to it. Ah, I died. So it's definitely not the emulator. It was the TV. This already sounds way better. It's already performing a whole lot better. So pretty much the TV is like having a AT Games Flashback HD, where it couldn't play Sega Genesis's mascot, which was Sonic. And honestly, it really couldn't play any of the other games. Alright, let's move on to the next game here. Quality sounds a whole lot better. It's definitely running faster. Oh yeah. Definitely gonna keep this on the Nvidia Shield. I love this game. I don't even think I own it on the Genesis, unfortunately. I did when I was a kid, but not now. I think I have Streets of Rage 3 though. Definitely a game I'll have to pick up. Hopefully you can hear my voice, because I'm sure the game's audio is muffling it. Either way, this is running way better.
Final verdict on retro gaming or emulation on that sharp smart TV. Seems like it's a no-go. The TV itself is great for 4K video. The audio quality I think is pretty good. Overall, I like the TV for $350. It's not a bad TV, but you're definitely not going to get any emulation. Now, when I first started this, I wanted to see if maybe I could just game right from the TV instead of having to use the Nvidia Shield as well. And that's not the case. Like, it did alright on Android gaming, as you've seen in the last video. But as far as running retro systems such as the NES, the Genesis, the SNES, through RetroArch, the sound quality is choppy. The games that I did play ran really slow. And I thought that maybe it was the emulators, but that's not the case, because as you've seen, I did test it on the Nvidia Shield and it ran so much better. So unfortunately, there will be no gaming on this TV. Now, I don't know if any other smart TV out in the market has a more powerful logic board, as I said in the last video, but it's definitely not on par with the Nvidia Shield. I knew that going into this. It just honestly was fun just to test it out. So if you did happen to get this $350 Sharp TV or Hisense TV rebranded as a Sharp that came from Walmart, you're not going to really be gaming on it unless it's some basic game like Pac-Man or some 2D puzzle game or something. But as far as emulating different systems on it, no. If you have any questions about the TV itself, do leave those in the comments down below. Don't forget to go check out the previous video on this smart TV. If you're looking to emulate, I highly suggest you pick up an Nvidia Shield. Even in 2019, right now, it is still the better option for gaming and emulation. If you liked what was contained in this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you didn't, you can always hit that thumbs down. And please, if you do hit the thumbs down, don't forget to leave some constructive criticism. Do consider sharing amongst your friends and the rest of your social media. And as always, don't forget to let me spend my money so you don't waste yours by hitting that subscribe button.